Ma'am, the live stream has started, so we can begin with the session.
Okay.
So you can start with the session.
Okay. Nisha, now I am sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss about our question paper pattern, about also prelim exam paper, oral exam, and all that things in today's moderator sessions. First, I would like to introduce myself. I am Mahindra Kaure. I and also another my colleague Nisha Nair. We are going to discuss here today's moderator sessions. What points we are going to discuss today? Let's see it here. Today's agenda is about important points to remember, then section wise distribution of marks, activity sheet format, writing skills format, expected grammar topics, time management, portion of the syllabus omitted for the exam, English orals pattern, do's and don'ts, question paper discussion, and question answer session. These are the points we are going to discuss in our today's here moderator session. Let's students see one by one point. First one, importance points to be remembered.
So
yes.
Nisha here. So you can start the slideshow. You can start with the slideshow.
Okay. Okay, students, before to appear HSC board exam, it is essential that you have to read the whole textbook, and then you will know the book reading will help you to solve the board activity sheet. Now, what's point you have to remember? See, first one, all questions are compulsory. In your question paper, there are given 5 sections, and each questions are compulsory. Here, there are 4 sections, and each questions are compulsory in that format of question paper. The time durations of the paper is 3.5 hours. That means here 210 minutes. As you know, this year board has given 30 minutes extra here to you, because you are not familiar with writing. You people have not here done that practice, and that's why 30 minutes are extra. 30 minutes are given to you. You get 30 minutes extra this academic year, but note that English paper has 2 sections, which is purely long answer type, and secondly, you have no writing practice for a long time, especially with writing long answer type questions. First, students, read the instruction, understand well, and then answer. Here, you people, what you always do after getting question paper, you people directly start to read questions. But I would like to suggest you, first you have to read the given instruction. Here, that instructions are clearly given here in a question paper, and that instructions are the first instruction is each activity has to be answered in a complete sentence or sentences. So that is important. Here, each activity you have to answer in complete sentence or sentences, and answer written in only one word will not be given credit. Here, this thing is important, students, and only the correct activity number written in the case of options will not be given credit. So suppose you want to write third option here out of here 4, then you have to write that third number, because you people, what you do, you people write one number. If you write in this way, then you won't get credit. The second point is here, web designers, flowcharts, table, etc. are to be presented exactly as they are with answer. That is also important instruction here given in our, you will find it is given in your question paper. The next one here, third instruction is, in point 2 above, only the words written without the presentation of activity formalities here will not be given credit. Means as per the given instruction, you have to solve that activity sheet. And as you know, your question paper, it is known as here activity sheet. The title of your question paper is for here activity sheet. So you have to solve all that activities as per given instruction. Use of color pencil, pen is not allowed. Only blue or black pens are allowed in an exam. Then last year instruction that I would like to tell you also, multiple answer. So that is also one of the important here instruction. Multiple answer to the same activity will be treated as wrong and not be given any credit. So you should be make sure what answer you want to write, and then you have to write that particular answer. Then you will get full credit. Now, students, important points to remember. To start every questions on a new page, then answer the question with a blue or black ball point or gel pen. But here I would like to suggest you have to use blue or black here ball point pen, and you can answer the paper in any sequence. You can start from backwards or as per the question paper given, whichever pattern suits you. But here I would like to suggest you that you have to start from first question as per the given or sequence. First question, second, third, fourth. In this way you have to go ahead. And another one important thing here, answer the entire section together, whichever you have chosen to start with. Now we are going to discuss about here how many marks weightage is given for each section. As you know, here in your question paper, there are 4 sections. The first section, that is based on prose. And in this section, there are given 2 questions. Question first A, it is based on scene extract, and that question carries here 12 marks. Another in same question, there is another sub question, that is question first B. Here, that is based on language study. Again, students, I would like to here tell you, here in previous year, here what title is used to give grammar for this year question. But instead of grammar, now the board has changed the title for that grammar topic, and that is here language study. And in this way, question first A carries 12 marks and B 4 marks. In this way, 16 marks weightage is given for question first. Then again, question second, that is based on unseen extract, and that question carries here 18 marks. In this question, Here question second A, that is based on an unseen extract. Then question second B, here in this question you have to write summary on the given passage. And how to write summary, that we will discuss about it in our writing skills section when we discuss about that section. And again in same question second C, that is mind mapping. Both questions, summary writing and mind mapping, carries here 3 marks. In this way, here these questions, how many marks weightage is given to this section? Here 18 marks. 18 marks weightage is given to this section. And if you total this 16, 18, here 34 marks weightage is given to first section, that is prose section. Means you have to study this section for 34 marks. Then the second one is poetry. That section here start from question 3. And again in this question, there are question 3A and another sub question 3B. One minute, some students are writing in chat. Okay, 1 minute. Poetry, question third. Again in this question, here these questions will ask for 10 marks. Question third A. Then question third B. Here that is appreciation question. And 4 marks weightage is given to question third B. Okay, again in this way, how many marks weightage is given for section second? That is a poetry, here 14 marks. Then writing skill. Here again in this section, there are 4 writing skills that you are supposed to write. And there are 4 questions. Question 4 A, question 4 B, question 4 C, question 4 D. And each question carries here 4 marks. In this way, total marks are here 16. The last section, which is based on your novel, that is question 5th. Again, that question here carries 16 marks. Again, in this question also, as you know, in this section, there are given 4 chapters. First one, history of novel. Then also 3 novels are given there. And each chapter from this section, it will ask for 4 marks. In this way, 16 marks weightage is given for this section. Okay, students. Now we are going to discuss our next point, that is activity sheet format. Let's see this activity sheet format. Section first, prose. Just I told you, 34 marks weightage is given to this section. And in this section, there are 2 questions. Here you will have 2 questions in this section. Question first A. Here read the following extract and complete the activities given below. Okay, students, here what type of questions you will have here in this section. Now these questions we are going to discuss. See, first one. 1 minute. Okay, students, see first one, global understanding question. Then second one, complex factual. Third one, interpretation or inference. Fourth one, personal response. Fifth one, that is based on language study. And sixth one, vocabulary. And each question carries 2 marks. Students, here in this question, Here, what you have to do when you are going to solve this question? Within first 10 minutes, you have to read the activity sheet and select those questions which you want to write. Sometimes here some students want to write A2 activity first, A4 activity first. Whatever activity or which activity you want to write first, you can start from that here question. But I would like to suggest you that you have to start from A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6 in this way. Global understanding. This question answer you can easily find from the given extract. If you read the here text here earlier, then it will help you to get that answer of that activity within a time. And in every activity, whenever you are going to solve, that time again you have to read the given extract. Then you will get the answer of that question. Here, global understanding, that question answer you can easily get from the given extract. Then complex factual. Here you have to write that question answer. But here, what you have to do, students, you can't get that question's answer easily from the given extract. Here again, here you have to scan that extract. You have to read that extract. Then you will get the answer of that questions in the given extract. Sometimes you will get this question answer in the beginning part of this extract, in the middle part of the extract, or also end part of the extract. Again, this question answer as per the instruction. Here you have to do that activity. Some here in first question, a global understanding. Which type of question will be given to you? Complete the flow chart, complete the given sentence. Also find out the choose the correct sentences. Arrange the sentences as per the given sequence in this way, or true or false. This type of here questions here you will have where in first global understanding, then interpretation or inference. Again, students, you have to here write that question answer based on what do you understand. Here that question also carries 2 marks. Then next one are personal response. Students, personal response. In this question, your experience is asked. The extract is here, you know, after reading that extract, you people will know what is the theme of that extract, what theme is highlighted to that extract. And in this here question, here what is tested here, your what things are here checked from the point of view of students here, your thoughts, your ideas, your vocabularies, and how you have presented, how you have written that question answer. That is important. For this question, you have no need to write any sentence from the given extract. You have no need to read this extract for writing personal response question. Means students, here how many times you have need to write this to read this extract for solving your first activity first, activity second, and activity 3. For each activity, you will have need to read that extract. But for interpretation, for a personal response, you have no need to read that extract. And here, suppose the extract is about here first lesson and astrologer day. Here that you know, it is very nice story. For this question here, you have not need to read the extract again. Only you have to write your opinions, your ideas, by using your vocabulary, by framing your own sentence. That things are important. If you write this question answer in this way, then you will get full credit. Then language study. Again, based on the given extract. Here, two grammatical sentences will be given to you, and each sentence carries 1 mark. In this way, 2 marks weightage is given to this here question. Then vocabulary. Yes, students, antonyms, synonyms, give the adjective form, give the verb form, give the noun form of the given word. This type of activities will be given to you in question A6, which is based on vocabulary. So sometimes here, when you want to write the meaning of this word, here what you have to do, read the before part of this word or after part of this word. Then you will get some idea, you will get some clue. What is the meaning of that word is given in the given extract. That here idea, that clue you can use for getting meaning of that word. Then question first B, which is based on grammar. Here the title is given here no, language study. Okay, students, and in this here question, you people think that preposition, article, based on that grammar topic here, two sentences will be there. But students, here I would like to tell you here, apart from article, preposition, other grammar topics here you will have in this here question. And in this way, there are 4 grammatical sentences will be given to you, and each grammatical sentence here will ask for 1 mark. And another here question that will be given to you here under this here question first B, that is spot the error. A small sentence will be given to you. That sentence will not be grammatically correct, and you have to find out the error in the given sentence, and you are supposed to write again this sentence. That things are expected from you here when you are going to write here these activity which are based on section first prose. Then next question, that is question second. 1 minute. Students, question second A. Read the following extract and complete the activities given below. That question also carries a 12 marks. It is an unseen extract. Here, unseen extract you will have based on those themes which are given in your textbook. Based on that theme, based on that topic, or based on that theme which you have studied in your course book, based on that topic, one unseen extract will be given to you. And what type of questions you will have? The same questions. Just we discuss what type of question you will have in question first A. Same questions are there: global understanding, complex factual, interpretation, personal response, language study, and vocabulary. And each question here carries 2 marks. So I think here you have no need to discuss about here is here questions. Question second A. Now see next one, question second B. That is summary writing. Students, this question is also important. Here you will it will help you to score, increase your score here in this here section. And here you have to write summary based on the given unseen extract. Here, what type of question you will have? Write the summary of the above passage and suggest a suitable title for it. you may use the following points. Students, you will have some points for this summary writing. Here this point will be given to you, and remember, here you have to cover this point in your summary. Again, another important thing here, you have to give suitable title for this summary, and that question here carries 3 marks. 3 marks weightage is given to this here question. Then next one, mind mapping. Again, an answer next slide will be given for mind mapping. No, say students here. Only here question based on any topic will be given to you, and you have to develop a mind mapping frame design using your ideas, thoughts, or to illustrate the given topic. And that question also carries 3 marks. How to write this writing skill, summary writing and mind mapping? Here we will discuss in our writing skill. Okay, so now the next section, that is section second, poetry. 40 marks weightage is given to this section. Question 3rd A. Read the following extract and complete the activities here given below. Students, as you know, here in your course book, there are given 8 poems. But as you know, here 2 poems are here omitted this year. Here 25% here portions is reduced by board. So you have to study only 6 poems. Based on that 6 poems, any one poem will be given to you. Here 2 stanzas or small 3 or 4 stanzas you will have. And what type of questions you will have based on this poetry section? Global understanding, A1. Second one, interpretation or inference. Third one, personal response. Fourth one, poetic devices. And next one, based on creativity. So that is the new question. And here we know that most of the students here, where they lose their marks here in this section, in A5, and also personal response question. In personal response question, students won't get marks, because here what we expect, what the examiner expect from you, you have to write this question answer from the point of view of students. That type of that answer we are expected. And you people, what you do, you people here take reference. Here you have to take reference from the given here passage or also given from the poem. But here your answer also by framing your own sentence, that is expected from you. That's why you people won't get a full marks in this here question. So students, as per instruction, you have to write this type of question answer. Then poetic devices, here which questions you will have based on that here poetic devices. Here you rhyme scheme, rhyming words, figure of speech, this type of questions you will have for 2 marks. Then creativity, here based on that poem, any topic related to that poem will be given to you. And what you are supposed to do, you have to compose 4 lines on the given topic that is expected from you. Hello, Disha. Nisha ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, will you discuss about your remaining section?
Yeah.
Three or four writing skill and based on novel.
Okay.
Okay. Now hand over to Nisha.
So can you stop the share?
Yeah. Nisha. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Nisha, based on section second, one point is remain. That is appreciation question.
Appreciation.
Okay. First, I want to discuss about this question. Then,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
then you can continue.
Okay.
Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, students. See question third B. Here, how many marks weightage is given to this here question? Here 4 marks. And this is appreciation here question. Students, here you have to write this question based on poetry section. Just here we have discussed about here question third A. In question third A, how many questions are there? There are 5 questions and each question carries a 2 marks. Here we discuss about creativity activity. Here you should read the poem for creativity activity purpose. Use poetic devices in your poem. Think about the words, image, then also images and rhyme scheme. Students, if you compose the poem, if you compose here 4 lines based on the given topic by using your rhymes word, rhyme scheme, you will get full credit. You will get 2 out of 2. And you have to frame, you have to compose the lines like as a poem. It should not be look like as a prose. If you write like as a prose passage, you won't get marks. Now appreciation question. Here poem from the given here poetry section or stanza of any poem will not be given to you. You will not have stanzas for these questions. Here no title of the poem will be given to you. See, only it may be possible that Your board can also give. But students, in our training, here we were told that this question says students here they have to write without here stanzas or without extract. Write an appreciation of the poem with the help of the following points. Here this type of question you will have. An extract from the section second will be given and not repeated in question third A. But again, here board has changed their pattern. Earlier in our training, here we have instructed, we have given that information that students they won't have extract from for this question. But again, this year you will have here 2 or 3 stanzas will be given to you. But see that stanza will not be repeated in question third A, means another poem you will have, and that question answer you have to write by using that points about the poem, title, name of the poet, etc. Then theme, poetic devices used in the poem, special features, uses of language, meter, rhyme, message, value, and moral lessons, or what do you learn from the poem. And lastly, your opinions about the poem. Here, all these points, or based on this point, you have to write this appreciation question. Students, you can write this question answer in a paragraph form. You have no need to write also in a by using points. But remember, students, there are given 6 points here. In these questions, you have to try to cover here maximum points in this appreciation question for getting here full credit. That is important. Okay, Nisha ma'am, now I have completed my discussions about your both section 1 and section 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you can start from section 3rd. Okay, hand over to Nisha. Hello.
Students, am I audible to you all?
Yeah, Nisha.
Okay.
You're audible.
And is my screen visible?
Yeah, visible.
Okay, so sir has discussed as far as the activity sheet is concerned, he has discussed the pros, that is section 1 and section 2 with you all. So I'll be proceeding with section 3, which is writing skills. Writing skills is for 16 marks. As you can see on the screen, 1 second, I'll share the.
Yes.
Yes, so it is for 16 marks, and question number 4, which is question 4A. Now this entire section is there are different options given to you all in this. Let us discuss how does it go. Question 4A, you will be given 3 questions and you're supposed to choose any one from that and attempt one of it for question number 4A. Let us see, which is for 4 marks each. Okay. So the first one is which you will get in the question paper, that is drafting virtual message. Then the second one is statement of purpose, and the third one is group discussion. So you don't have to write all of it, just one, and each of it carries 4 marks. Okay. So as you can see down, let us discuss what are the marking scheme. Now, as far as the format of drafting virtual messages is there, I'll show you as we proceed further. I'll be sharing with you all some kind of formats and templates, so you can have a view on that too. Okay. So let us know the marking scheme. That is how is it marked? So it is marked on the basis, see, it is not just marked because of your content. Whatever you're writing, it's not there. It's all about the format that you are, it's a combination of the format and your content and how you're presenting it. So the language is seen, the content is seen, how you're being able to understand and give a flow to it. That is also taken into consideration. So many things, it's bifurcated in certain manner. So you can see the content is given 2 marks, the sequence or the flow of idea, which is 1 mark, and appropriateness, which is again 1 mark, which sums up to 4 marks. So you cannot say that you can just write the content and you are sorted and you'll get those marks. Okay, so that is not possible. And again, whatever you do, the format, however you write, it should be, you are not going to score all 4 marks, because this is writing skill. You will be assessed the max, the best of all can come to 3.5, otherwise you can expect somewhere around 3 marks. Okay, so that is also something which you need to understand. So that is about, as I said, I'll be discussing the format in the next coming slides, so just wait. Yeah, so this is marking scheme for statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is also, we call it as SOP. Now this is one of the writing skill which requires little time, which requires a lot of planning, and a proper preparation is very much required in this. So normally students avoid writing SOP, that is statement of purpose, but that's your choice. You can go for such kind of questions also, which is again 4 marks. And how it is divided, again I have put it here. You can see it as content, that is the what you have, how you have, what have you written there, okay, and how you have put it in, like how, what is the sequence that you're following, are you going in a sequential manner or it's just randomly put up, that is also very important. And the language, how or what kind of vocabulary you have used, how you have presented yourself, all those carries some marks, which is content is 2 marks, sequence is 1 mark, and appropriateness is, which is for 4 marks. Then for group discussion. Now group discussion, again we can see how it is. It is again one of the, after drafting virtual message, this is one of the easier one compared to SOP. Okay, so again here also you can see how it is content, sequence, and appropriateness, that is carrying 4 marks, which you sum it up. Okay, now the next one, that is again in writing skill. Now till now I discussed question number 4A. Now we enter to question number 4B, which is again a new writing skill which carries 4 marks. Again you are given an option of 3 questions. Let us understand what is that. That is email writing, report writing, or drafting an interview. Okay, now here you can see the marking scheme, how it is being shown here. Again, there is a certain criteria which is expected from you, and which sums up to 4 marks. You can have a look here, which is proper format, overall presentation, and for report writing, it is again accuracy of language, content, appropriateness, which again every question has certain criteria which you should be able, if you have filled in that criteria, you can very well expect good marks in this. Okay, now as I go further, I will also suggest certain kind of questions which you should, think of attempting. Like when it comes to drafting virtual message, SOP, and group discussion. So which one should be the best for you? All those things also I'll discuss. I will not discuss it right now. I'll discuss as we proceed further. Then the marking scheme for interview writing. Now for interview writing, again you can see appropriate framing of question, language and style, and overall impression. There is a certain, for your information, there is certain changes which has happened in the interview writing questions. I'll discuss it with the format as we proceed. Okay, don't worry, I'll share everything with you all here, right here. Then The next is C, solve any one of the activities given below, which is for 4 marks, which is speech writing, comparing, expansion of ideas. So here you can see there's again an option given to you. There are ample of options for you all, so you don't have to worry about that. But you all have to be prepared. If you're not sure about one of it, you should be at least prepared with the second one. There should be a backup for you all, or you can say a plan B. Like you cannot just be prepared just with one question, and if that seems to be a tough one, so you don't have anything in your hand. It should not be like this. You should have a backup. You should be prepared with the other ones too. So that is for speech writing, it's logical sequence of idea, introduction and conclusion. Now, when you write speech writing, you need to have a proper introduction, like saying good morning, welcoming. All this is very important, and you have to also see that what kind of information are you giving there. It's not an essay that you're writing; it's like a speech. So you have to be very rhetorical about when you put statements, because you have your audience right in front of you. Okay, so you have to engross the audience, and you have to make them. You have to see that they are interested in whatever you are talking. So that is how you present it. At towards the end, like the conclusion, you have to end it on a positive note. Whatever the topic is given to you, you cannot have negative closings. You should have a positive way of closing the session and saying a thank you for being a good audience. So this is how you close it. That's what it means, like conclusion. Okay. Then marking scheme for comparing. Now comparing is again you are supposed to have a proper sequence. You cannot, when there is any kind of situation given to you in the question, you have to follow what happens first. You cannot just write it in an abrupt way, like not following the sequence. How does for example, if it's an annual day, how does it open? So you have to go in a proper sequence, and that is connecting events. Then impressive introduction. The introduction, when a host speaks, always it should be with a lot of energy. So how do you liven the whole audience? How do you do that? That is impressive introduction. And summing up is how you end it, how you close it, what way you close it. That is your summing up. And marking scheme for expansion of ideas. Expansion of ideas, how you have been able to elaborate this idea. That is, whatever phrase is given or a proverb is given, whatever is given, what have you able to understand? What is the meaning of it? That you have to first explain there, and then you have to give a proper introduction, and you can also give some kind of examples or your experiences. All those you can speak, and then again, the bottom line, what do you understand by it? That should be your conclusion. Okay, which all carries 2 marks for expansion, proper introduction, and conclusion 1 mark. Then the next one is D, is again one more writing skill, that is which you are again given 3 options, that is review writing, blog writing, appeal writing. Okay. Those who have not been attending sessions, those who for the first time, you'll be thinking so many writing skills you have to write. See, yes, you have to write, but not all of it. You have to just write from A, B, C, D, 1, 1, 1. In all, you are attempting 4 writing skills. Okay. So, marking scheme for review writing. It is review. You can get question as a film review or a book review, or it could be possibly it should be film review or book review. There are other reviews as well, but we take it as film review or book review. So that is presentation of theme, storyline. How does it? What's the storyline? How you have introduced them? That is 2 marks. Then technical or novel aspect, like what are the technicalities? What you have understood, and what are the like special features that you could see that you have been able to review, that all, and overall presentation. This all carries, which is summing up to 4 marks. And marking scheme for blog writing. Now, writing, there's a certain format which is the board has specially prescribed the students to do. Like while you're attempting this question, you have to be very vigilant about all these things. So there's a format which you're supposed to give, and you need to have a main content, that is a heading and all, and header, menu, navigation bar. So as I said, there's a certain format. If you fill in those criteria, if you have done all of these formats in a very presentable way, in a beautiful way, with a footer, all this. What is footer? Footer is towards the end, the disclaimer, the privacy policy, all of these things. As you write a blog, then you you have properly been able to give, you have justified that topic. Okay, so that is blog writing. And appeal writing. Now, appeal writing is like convincing or persuading somebody to, or like promoting something, a product, or it could be any service. So here you have to, what is covered is presentation of content. Here you can go creative to the extent that you can. You can show all your creativity, but you have to avoid colors and all, but you can, there is no proper format, as in you have to go to the left hand side, right hand side. You can use whatever kind of fonts you want, but no sketch pens and colors. You can be as creative as you can, and you can do this. That is presentation of content. Convincing language. Yes, you don't have to write long sentences. You can have phrases, short sentences, proverbs. You can have poems. You can compose a poem, and maybe quotes. All these things. How you have been able to go creative here, and inspiring and motivational message. All these things again sum up to 4 marks. Okay, which is here I complete the writing skill format. Now I enter to section 4, normal, 16 marks. Now let me tell you, this section is a section which needs extra care. That is because we are not provided, the board doesn't provide in the question paper any kind of passage. So here, this section requires little more care. So let us discuss this. Question number 5A. Now, question number 5A is completely confined to section, that is the first history of novel. It is coming from only from that chapter, that is 4.1, and it's a completely objective based question. Like you can expect questions like true or false. You can expect MCQ kind of question, then arrange in sequence, match the pairs, fill in the blanks, elements of novel. You can expect varieties of them over here, but it's completely, it is, you can say that it covers only 4.1. It is which is again, you can see question number 1 is for 2 marks, and again question number 2 is for 2 marks. Okay, so you need a lot of reading in this, which only by knowing the content you will be able to answer these ones. There is no subjective questions asked in this. Question number 5B. Now from here, from this point onwards, that is question number 5B, C and D, you have subjective questions where you are actually writing proper answers which are for 50 words. Okay, now these are long answer questions, and again question number 5B is purely based on 4.2, which is to serve with love. Okay, again, what kind of questions? The question number 5B is for 4 marks. Okay, and now you will be asked 2 questions. There are no options, absolutely no options given, and you have to really know the content well to write these answers. You cannot just bluff around. You cannot just say anything, whatever you feel, because the questions also will be something like describe, explain, compare, contrast, name, discuss. Like you can the plot, the theme, characterization, or you will be asked the outline of the story, anything, or how this character is able to justify in the story, something of that kind. So you really need to know the story well to answer such questions. And the second one also applies the same in the same manner: illustrate, narrate, interpret, justify, identify, or find. So all of these, you expected to write 50 words in both the questions. Okay, so it's a brief question, it's a long answer question. So at least there should be uh, like 6 to 7 sentences, and you should be able to justify your answer in these. You don't have to write 1 page for 2 marks question. There is no point in doing all this. So never try to give a long page, because you are not able to you know uh, bring your answer in just few lines or few sentences. You are just going on and on and on. That is not going to work. You have to work as per what is provided and what is being asked you. Just for 2 marks, you have to write, that is max 6 sentences should be the max that we can do for. Okay. Then question number 5C, which is in this, again, the questions will be framed from only 4.3, that is around the world in 80 days. So you should be, again, the similar questions like describe, explain, compare, contrast, name, and discuss. Similarly, the second one also, again, it both carries 2 marks each. You need to know the plot, you need to know the theme, you need to know the message, you need to know the moral, what is the plot, all these things, any how the characterization of every character, you should be able to, like, you should know the character sketch of every character. So this is also something which you need to look into. So again, no passage would be given to you. You have to write your own answers for this. So there is a little of writing which is required. So here, this is a section where you will see that your hands start aching. You will because after writing, the writing skills, you're already, you're not tired, and again there is some kind of writing which is involved. Okay, so you really need to have some practice as far as now the present English paper is concerned. Okay. And question number 5D. Question number 5D is again, you can see that is purely from uh, section 4.4, that is sign of hope. Again, the questions you can expect in the similar manner as I discussed with you all just now. That is, one is describe, explain, compare, contrast, name, discuss. Okay, which is for 2 marks. And again, the second one is illustrate, narrate, interpret, justify, identify, or find. Again, for 2 marks. Again, no options in this entire section. You don't have a single option. You have to attempt all of it, which makes it 16 marks. So this is a section which has to be really, you have to focus on, because it's a subjective question. You will not score all 2 marks. But again, the language should be proper. You have to understand the content well, and then only you can attempt for it. Okay. Now, I have completed the activity sheet format, that is, Sir has discussed the prose and poem, and further I discussed with you the writing skills, activity sheet, and the novel. Now let's proceed with the format. There is certain kind of format which is expected. Let us see that. I'll quickly give a glance to this so that those who do not know can see. You all can keep taking screenshots. I hope you all are doing that. Just a reminder. Okay. So remember what? See, I'm purely talking about writing skill. Okay. Now here, each writing skill is for 4 marks. In all, you're only writing 4 writing skills. Okay. Though I've discussed with you all so many writing skills, that is with the options. Okay. So now here, each writing skill is for 4 marks. All this writing skill have a certain format, which include marks for overall presentation with respect to content, proper flow of ideas, language correctness, style, introduction and conclusion. I shared with you all of this, like how it is, the marking scheme I have just shared with you all a while ago. Then this is very important. See, smart work is very important while answering this section. Why? What do I mean to say by smart work? Smart work here, I would stress this here because some of the section in the section, like some of the questions, though it is coming in option, you have three options and you have to choose any one. You have to understand that why it is, because it will help you save time, and time, when it will help you save time, when writing is a constant for you right now, like really you have not been writing for a long time. I know you have been doing accounts and all, but proper long answer questions you have not written for a long time. I wonder if before this practice exam you have done it for a long time or no. So yes, it's something you need to understand. So you need to smart work is not tiring yourself, not just hard work, but it should be smart enough that you are not tired, but at the same time you are scoring well, you are doing your right uh, things up in proper place, and yet you score in a proper manner. That is smart work. Okay. Then remember, you have yet to write the novel section. You can't afford to get tired. Exactly. You can't get tired right now. Those who are, writing the questions as in a proper, as a question is from question 1, 2, 3, as it is following. So once you finish your writing skills, you're not sorted yet. Yet you have to go to the most crucial part, that is a novel section where a lot of writing is required with no option. So you have to give energy to yourself. There should be some energy. We should not be, your hand should not be aching, right? So there is smart work which is required. Now, what is smart work? What I would say, like for example, if I take up question number, 1 second, I'll just share with you all. Yeah, this is question number 4A. I have just gone back to show you all, like drafting virtual message, statement of purpose, and group discussion. We have 3. So now, what I would suggest, the best one that you should opt for, that is drafting virtual message. It is way easier than the other ones. Okay, but conditions are that you should be having the right format for it, and you should be able to cover everything what is being asked, and unwanted things should be completely ignored. Don't try to be over smart that it's not, which is not asked, do not add those things, and it's yours. Everything is and it doesn't take much time. But other ones like SOP, again you have to give 150 words. There's so much of writing, so much of writing. And group discussion. I would say, if you do not want to attend drafting virtual message, the second option that you should be in hand with you, that should be group discussion. You should consider group discussion, and then it should be SOP, that is statement of purpose. Okay, but still, if you think I'm very good at any of it, that's your choice. It's completely your choice that you, if you think that I'm very good at statement of purpose, so yeah, very well, you can go for it. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to follow this, but as I said, smart work will help you, because statement of purpose expects a lot of writing. So be smart enough. If you can be good into drafting, practice a lot of examples there, and I think you can very well score in that too. Okay, but again I repeat, there is no hard and fast rule that you have to follow the same. Then coming, I'll just discuss what should be the options that you can think of. Like for this question number B, like there is email writing, there is report writing, and drafting an interview. Now, email writing. See, email writing, if you think, it looks something, I know it's something new for you, but if you closely think about it, it is something like the letter writing that you have been doing all these years, right? So just the format has just changed. So the content you already have been doing, and if you're good enough, you can attempt email writing and understanding the format. Again, the format, you cannot ignore the format. And then the second option should be interview writing, and the third option should be report writing. Okay. I'm just talking about the smart work which you can think of. Then for C, that is speech writing, comparing, and expansion of idea. Comparing, the spelling is wrong. Please excuse me for that. In here, speech writing is a good one that you can try. Comparing takes a lot of time, okay, because there are a lot of things you need to write as far as the post is talking about. So there are a lot of events that you have to cover, a lot of writing is expected there, and a lot of planning is required. So comparing would be the last option, and expansion of ideas should be a second. So first should be speech, then expansion of ideas, and then comparing. Okay, so this way you can, or again, the choice is yours. There is no harm in not attempting, or you will score less. There's nothing of that kind, just that it will save your time and you can focus on the other questions. And the last one, that is review writing, blog writing, and appeal writing. Now here, review writing would be the first option I would give, because you must have already done your enough practice in this, as far as you know, if it is a film review, you're already prepared from home. You have to prepare a film review, right? So you have to just come and paste it here. Okay, so it can be quick enough. You can, if you practice your writing, you can very well do it very, very easily. So review writing would be a good one. Then appeal and blog, yeah, you can choose for both of it. If you're very creative, yes, you can go for appeal. And blog, you, if you know the format very well and if you're very sure about it, you can go for that too. So this is the smart work that I'm trying to explain. Okay, again, you can choose any sequence, whatever you are comfortable in, or whatever you feel you are best in. You can attempt that questions. Okay, so now I'll again jump to this. Okay, so as I told you, I'll discuss with you the format for the writing skills. So here, as you can see here, this is a format for drafting a virtual message. Okay, now drafting, I have, as you can see the screen here. I hope you all are, sir, is the screen visible? The picture is visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, thank you, sir. So drafting a virtual message, you can see this is just a template, like a format. I have not added the writing part here. I'm just showing you how it will look like. Okay, like you can have messages, just the message. You can type the messages, the word message there, and then you see how the order is going. It's date, it's time, and then the name of the person, then the body, and then how you come down, who is writing. So this is how, and you have to have it in a box. This is and see, remember, avoid scribbling, and it should be very, very neat. Such things, see, you don't have to work so much on this. Just you have to make a box, you have to put it, but it should be really presentable and very neat. Remember these things. If you to catch the, if the assessor is is reading, looking at the paper, it should, first of all, it doesn't require much time. So it is, you have to give your part in the best way. So it should be very, very presentable and very neat. I'm not saying that what if my handwriting is not good. See, you cannot change that. It should be legible enough to be understood. That's more, that's what I can expect, but not beyond that. Okay, I cannot tell you to change your handwriting to make it something beautiful. Okay, now this is email writing. Again, how a email writing should be. Like you can see how it starts from, to, then as we know, it's exactly like the letter, but there's a certain changes with the address. Here, instead of writing the sender's and receiver's address, what we write? The email address, right? So here we will write the email address of the receiver and the sender and the subject, which is very important. And then we start with the salutation, which remains exactly like the letter writings. Now you can see I have again given you your, for formal how are you supposed to address, and for informal letters how are, sorry, emails how are you supposed to address. And we need to have 3 paragraphs. Again, understanding, not, do not give it in 1 paragraph, which will look very clumpy and very tacky. Avoid crowding so much and place it properly and start from the left hand side corner of the margin. After the margin, soon you can start writing, and now you can again close it with a complimentary way. That is, I have put it here again. For formal, you can use faithfully, sincerely, and again for letter, we know that if it's a formal letter, we need to have our first and second names. Similarly here also, and for informal, it is yours lovingly, affectionately, similar way. And you can have, if you can, if required, you can put an attachment. If the question asks, so you can do that. There is no harm in doing that. So that's how, and you need to be again very presentable with. This is for the email. Okay. Now, interview writing. Interview writing, first thing, let me tell you all, is that the interview, if I am not wrong, many of y'all are referring certain books. I don't know that the market is providing you. Okay, so that's why you will be seeing a lot of examples from your reference books. So when you refer interview writing, what lately I have observed is that the answers which this reference books are giving is just put in, in a different format. The format has changed. That's what I'm trying to explain you. The books which they are showing, the format, that is not the format. That is, they are asking you to frame question. You are, of course, you are supposed to frame, but you will be given a certain guideline what you are supposed to fill, and you are supposed to have it in this format, which you can see right here. Okay, like you have to properly make this format. You need to have this format. You are not, it's not question number 1 and then where it goes, and question number 2. No, it has to be in a tabular form, and you have to write it in this way, one side, and the alongside you have to write the answers. Now, when you do this, you can see in the next slide, I am sharing with you all one of the examples, so you can get a clear picture. 1 second. You can see your name of the interviewee, so whom you're interviewing. Now, remember, while doing this, always try to take up names which are, don't take fictitious names which are like imaginary names, which are existing. Okay, don't take the people who have passed away. Avoid doing those. It's better you take the people who are existing, and don't create any name whom nobody knows. Don't create such kind of names. You should be knowing if it's a sports personality. So give a proper name which we can relate to, we can connect to. Or if it's a celebrity, again, or if it's a business tycoon, again, you have to have a proper name that the world knows, that everybody knows. Okay. Then area of success. See, you will be given whatever guidelines are given to you. You're supposed to follow only that. Suppose if this is not the format which is given to you in the exam, so don't panic. Whatever is there, you have to prepare for it. But it will be more or less in these lines only. It will not be difficult. Now, again, few things which you have to remember. Whatever answers like here. See, I'll discuss once. I'll show you the next slide, which will give you a proper understanding. Yeah. See, this is just one sample which I'm showing you. Here, the question is where you are supposed to interview a business tycoon. So you can see here the name of the interviewee is Mr. Mukesh Ambani. Very clearly given. Everybody knows about this person. Everybody can come in. So let us discuss this. Area of success, that is business. Date and time and venue is see. You can see wherever you have been taking this, you can discuss that. And what is the duration of interview? 30 minutes. And let me come to this section. Understand this section clearly. Early life or struggle. Now the answer that you are going to give, it will be, of course, a question, right? But you should have a supporting statement to it. Before you ask a question, you should have a supporting statement. What do I mean by this? I'm trying to tell you. See, early life or struggle. Now, what is the question? The question is, can you tell our audience about them? Now, this is the question, but see, there is a background which is created. I have heard that you have faced a lot of challenges in the beginning. Can you tell our audience about them? This is the best way that the board tells us to do. So you should have a supporting background before you frame your question. Okay, again, let us see the other one. I hope you are able to understand what I'm trying to say. Hurdles in education. See, again, there's a background and then a question is asked. So let us see that. You have had a great academic track record, but you did face some hurdles. What were the hurdles you had faced in your life? Okay, so it's not just asking the question. You have to give a background. You have to give a supporting statement, introduce that statement, whatever question you're going to ask, and then ask the question. Okay. So similar way, it is for this also. Some places you will see directly the questions are asked, but I would still tell you that you have to have a supporting question, that is supporting sentence, or a background support should be there. There should be a background which you have to create and then ask the question. If there is role model, then there is family support, then is first success achievement, success plan. You can see how the question. See, you can see how the table has been formed. You have to cover, this side will be given to you and this side you are expected to write. So you have to make this entire thing, both the sections, you have to be very neat. Presentation is very, very important. Okay. And finally, the message, all of this, see, you can, our audience is extremely excited about getting some tips and suggestions from you. What is your message for them? See how beautifully, and it's very, it looks interactive also. Okay, so this is how you all are supposed to do the interview writing. You can have a screenshot of this. Those who do not have, who have not yet taken, you can do that. That is about interview writing. Now, comparing. Now, comparing, what I have given you is a template. Okay. Now, those who still feel that I want to go for comparing, what I've given is like a script which you can work on, or if you do not, you have your own way of doing it. That's your choice. So, how to start, like a welcome, then you address everybody, then you have an introduction. So, this is a standard format which you can, okay, wherever, whatever the question is, situation asks, you can put it here. Then lighting of the lamp, which is how normally a ceremony, or if it's like a function, it starts with. Then there is a speech, that is introductory speech, a welcome speech by the chief guest, by the by whoever is there, by whoever is being welcomed. Okay, and then it depends on the situation. If there's a felicitation of anybody, so you need to felicitate. Then you can see a speech by the chief guest. This is one which I have put up, and the other one is again this option I have given you here. What is a different option that you can think of? Like, what are the words that you can play with? You can just take guidance from here, or you can use yours. How to address somebody, and then finally the vote of thanks. Now, vote of thanks, this is if you're, see, as I discussed you with the introduction, this is the introduction. A beautiful introduction you have to give, and a good conclusion. Very, very important. It should always end with a vote of thanks. And you should thank whoever is there, and then you should end. That is a conclusion. That's the way that you can present comparatively. Okay. So please take the screenshots for these two. This is blog. Blog, this is the format that you have to make. Literally, you have to make all of these formats. So,
Yes.
Can they use make the box with a pencil or a pen? What do you suggest? We normally tell the students to use a pencil.
Yeah.
They can go with a pencil, right?
Yeah. They can use both pencil, either pencil or also pen for making that box.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
See, remember, as presentation is concerned, you have to make this table. How you make a box, you have to have this box. You have to have all these things, whichever you are seeing or what. Nothing will be given to you. Just a question will be given to you. Write a blog on whatever topic is given and some guidelines. After that, it's your part. So this box, what you are seeing here, is everything that you need to do. Every line, how it is going, everything, and the content, which is should be going to 150 words. I would still suggest it should be 150 words. Then how does the content go? The content should be again divided into 3 paragraphs: introduction, leading paragraph, and conclusion. And what is the footer? Footer is this section. This is the footer which carries marks. If you remember the marking scheme, I had discussed about the footer. So this is the footer and this is the header. You need to have all of this, then only you can score. Otherwise, if you just write the content is for 2 marks. Okay, and whatever you write, you are not going to get full marks of it. So kitna milega soch lo. So you need to have the format, very, very important. Okay, all of this you have to write. Yes, everything. The content, you don't have to write introduction and then start. This is just a guideline, but this is your body will come, you're leading whatever your things are. Okay. Now the grammar topic. Now there's always everybody talking about what are the grammar topics that will be covered. There are a lot of things that we need to cover, but we do not know. So just you can see here, these are the grammar topics that you can work on. You have to really practice some enough questions that while you, because in one more thing which you need to remember is that the grammar questions, you will be given options as well. There will be like 4 options. From that you're supposed to choose one. Okay, that is also there, but you need to understand the concept and you need to work on it. So articles and preposition. Now there's a certain other change which I would like to tell you now, you all, that the first question, it's not in the prose section. There's a section of grammar where it was mandatory that we used to have the questions on articles and preposition. So, but now it's there's a big change in that. It's not mandatory. It can be anything of other kind of grammar questions like transformation of sentences or tense or whatever. It's you can expect any kind of question there. It's not compulsory that you should expect articles or preposition there. It could be anything. Okay. Am I right, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So these are the topics that we are covering here: articles and preposition, tense, voice, direct and indirect, degrees of comparison, and transformation is a lot of things which you are covering here. You can have a look how it goes. Take a screenshot again, see if it is word usage, collocation, register, word power, idioms and phrases, synonyms, adjective, phrasal verb, gerunds, infinitives, all, if unless, not only but also, question tag, rhetorical, WH, assertive to negative, and the other way around. Then transformation, that is from assertive to exclamatory, exclamatory to interrogative, whichever ways you can see. Then no sooner than, as well as, the list is, there are many more. Okay, then the figure of speech, and then simple, compound, complex. then model auxiliaries. These are which you have to work on. You have to really practice them. Now comes the time management. Now, as we know that you all have a proper understanding that this year, understanding uh, that students have lost touch of writing. Okay, so now the board has been considerate enough to extend the time by half an hour. So instead of 3 hours, it's 3.5 hours, which is 210 minutes. That's 210 minutes. Okay, so here you can see question wise. Here you can see how the time management has been done. That is question 1A. That is scene passage as well as language study. Both of it, considering both of it, it is 25 minutes you can give here, you can allot. Then unseen passage, you can allot 20 minutes. Okay. Now see here, scene passage you already know. So you don't, but many students who have not taken the book at all, that for them, they need a reading. Otherwise, others can quickly look at the questions and start answering. Unseen, so those who save time here, they can utilize it in unseen passage. Then summary writing, that is 10 minutes. If you know, if you are able to summarize it quickly, understand it well, and then you can do it very well in 10 minutes. Then mind mapping. Mind mapping again should be very presentable. 10 minutes is good time. Then scene poem, 12 minutes. Why 12 minutes? Because there is something section which is composing. Composing is somebody, students are very scared of this part. Many tend to leave this question because they worry, why will I be able, see, no, rather than not writing, it's better to write, and rather than getting a zero se acha to half mark hi. So why can't we try for half mark then zero, or if you are really lucky to get one, or so always try, never leave any question whatsoever, always try to go for it. Then appreciation, 10 marks. Appreciation, again, you are already prepared for it. You have done your homework well, so you don't need much time. You know the content. Then the writing skills, any one you are writing, again 15 marks each. Then the novel section, 12 minutes, which makes it 195 minutes. Now 195 minutes, after writing you have good 15 minutes in your hand, which is for your presentation, just to go give a glance if you have missed out anything, if you need to work on any question, or if you want to be presentable, all those things you need little time. So that is why it is kept as 195 minutes. But still, if you feel I can complete it in 3 hours, well and good, you should complete it. And the other time you can think of whatever, wherever you have left some time for adding, you can keep adding them. Okay. And other side, alongside, you can see section wise time management bataya. Yahan pe jaise section 1 ko 65 minutes have been given. That is seen and unseen passage. Section 2 is, which is poem, which is 22 minutes. And section 3, a whole chunk of 60 minutes, that's 1 hour is being given to you here. And then section 4, that is 48 minutes for novel. Okay, it's the same thing, but just a different way to plan out things, so that if you are practicing at home, you can understand how much time you're you can actually judge yourself and know the writing speed that you have. Okay. Now, this is the portion that is being omitted for the exam. Those who do not know, it's for them. Okay. Those who are like not in touch with the book, or not with the session, or not attending class, for your information, there are certain topics which has been omitted from the paper, from your textbook. That is these ones. That is 1.5 from your prose, 1.7 from your prose, and from your poem, that is 2.7 and 2.8. Okay. Now, oral exam pattern. Oral exam pattern, that is for 20 marks. Now, this is the section which we have to understand very well. Now, this section, you have to know that this section will happen before your writing exam, written paper. Okay, you go for your written paper, which is for 80 marks, but this oral exam, which will be conducted by the college, by your respective teachers, and which is for 20 marks. Now, the oral exam will be conducted before the written exam. You will be informed in advance. There will be a proper planning done on this. You will be informed the timings, everything will be informed to you. Okay, so don't panic about it. The students will be assessed on the basis of two skills, that is listening and speaking. On these skills, you will be there'll be some assessment, and the questions will not be given in advance, that we will be supplying you some information which you have to prepare from home. No, nothing of that sort. But both the skills carry 10 marks each. Like listening skills for 10 marks, speaking skills for 10 marks. So 10 makes it 20. And don't worry for thinking that क्या question आएगा, कैसे आएगा, क्या मैं score करूँ, मेरे को समझ में आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. See, nothing of it. You have, it's completely, it's very easy. Don't worry so much. Don't stress yourself thinking, will I score well? It will be, we also understand these things. So you don't have to worry about it. It will be very simple and easy for you. Okay. So,
Yes.
Anything here you want to speak on oral exam? Anything more? Or can I proceed further, sir?
Okay. I want to discuss about this topic, oral exam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, which question students they will have? I want to discuss about it.
Okay, now sir will discuss the questions here, the kind of questions that you can expect for your oral exam. See, again here, there are different, every college doesn't follow the same guideline.
Same format.
Okay, so just sir will guide you with that. So yes, sir, please continue.
Okay, ma'am, can you stop your screen?
1 second, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sharing.
So I will share it from my side. You can keep saying.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, students. Before to discuss about oral exam, just now Nisha ma'am has discussed about section 3rd and section 4th. Section 3rd, that is writing skill, and section 4th, air novel. Students, first I would like to tell something about writing skill. Then we will discuss about oral exam. Students, you should know the format and features, style, presentation of each writing skill. That is important. Nisha ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
And okay. Students, here you will have to prepare which format for writing skill, because there are different format for each writing skill, and if you don't follow that writing scheme here, then you won't get credit. So I would like to tell you that
Sir,
what features, style, yes,
sir, there is
yes,
some internet issues. Arya,
okay, yes,
Yes,
I am
ma'am.
not.
Arya, is there any internet? Is sir's sound very clear? Voice, Arya,
Yes, ma'am.
is it very clear?
Yes, ma'am. Sir is audible.
Sir is
Okay,
audible, right?
Nisha,
Yes, sir.
am I
Yes, ma'am.
am I visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
One minute. Okay, students. Just I told you, you should know the features and presentations of each writing skill. Because here you have to use different format for each writing skill. Okay, students, in writing skill, you will have three options in each here questions. Here you have to focus on all the options. Don't think that I will do only drafting virtual message. If you want to score so well, prepare all of them. There will be three different topics for each sub questions, and choose the options where you can expand your ideas. If you know that you can expand the topic, then that topic or that writing skill here you have to choose. Then students, about oral exam, as you know, here in this year only two skills, listening and speaking skills, we are going to here test through oral exam. And how many marks weightage is given? Just here, Nisha ma'am told you, listening skill 10 marks weightage is given, and speaking skill is 10 marks. In listening skill, here you will be given your board answer sheet, and your teacher here he or she will dictate three sentences to you, that you are supposed to write that sentences, that words in that given answer sheet. And again, your teacher will read here small paragraph or a small poem, and based on that poem you have to write, or that extract you have to write questions answer here for listening skill. These things here you will have in oral exam for listening skill. And for speaking skill, again here you have to speak on any topic that will be given to you, and how many marks weightage is given for that here speaking here for 5 marks. And again, one topic will be given to you for group discussion, and that group discussions also you will have to give for 5 marks. Okay, now students, I think here, I hope you people have understood what is the oral exam pattern. Am I right, Nisha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what
Sir, can I'll speak from here.
okay, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Uh, Now, there are some do's and don'ts which you have to follow. Okay, let us see that. Now, before I start, let me tell you all that first thing is, before I come to my next slide, uh, I do remember that you all are giving this paper after 10. This would be your first paper that you're giving officially. And we all have been quarantined at home for all this time. And we have taking online classes, right? So considering that, just few guidelines which you should take, and being English, always the first paper. So some extra informations which I would like to have shared besides the paper. There are some more informations which I thought it is important, because I do remember that English is always the first paper. So let's see. See, on the exam day, uh, first one is don't panic, being the first day of your board exam. Yes, it is the first day of your board exam. Neither be overconfident. Some other very overconfident, anything in extreme is not advisable. Of course, yes, either of it. Be calm, be composed. Okay, to avoid anxiety and haste, there are a few things that you need to take into consideration or look into consideration. Is leave your house wherever you stay, at least, like, if it is like at least 1.5 hours before, depending wherever you stay. See, if you're staying somewhere really far, then there are a lot of things, other criteria which you have to look into. Be at the college premises before 20 minutes at least. You have to be the last moment things don't work. Why? Because there are few reasons normally which is not under our control. Okay. Few reasons for panic is can't find the room or seat number. Many times this happens. You reach there, you are searching this room, that room, that room. A lot of time is going there. You're panting, you're really tired, you're going no, and this is really disturbing you, okay? So never do that. And being the first day, never do it. Then road traffic not under our control, train delay again not under our control. Then delay ticket counter. ये तो हमें पता नहीं चलेगा कितना बड़ा line है. That's why always be prepared. Delay in finding the location. If you're going to a college which is you're going there for the first time, so you really need to find. You do not know how much distance it is covering, so you need to be little working on all these things. Okay, carry your hall ticket, very important. Then eat well before leaving, preferably homemade, because now 3 घंटे से it has become 3.5 hours, 3.5 hours. Because if you eat well, you have the energy and you have to write a lot. So be prepared that uh, you will be hungry after some time. So eat well and go. Okay, and keep yourself hydrated. Keep drinking water, keep sipping water, carry your own bottle. Better, at least during these times, it is always better to have your own bottles. Okay, so these are just few things. I know that all of you all are very smart, you know all of this. Just a thought that my students are attending after a long time, so just some suggestions. Okay, now during the exam. Now, during the exam, what you all are supposed to do. Be relaxed while writing. Don't panic. Oh, I do not. When you have gone through the questions, suddenly you're like, "Arey, मैंने तो पढ़ा नहीं, मेरे को वो question नहीं आ रहा." But you are writing something else. But you are thinking something else and you are writing something. Don't worry. When you reach, it will take care. Don't. Otherwise, it will effect on your other questions. So, being the first day, there are a lot of other thoughts also going on. So don't do that. Enter your details in the answer book with utmost care. That is the first page of the answer book. Enter all your details. If you're in a haste, you tend to make a lot of mistakes there. take the help of the supervisor if required, and then enter. Okay, then don't waste time on thinking too much. Every question you're thinking, you want to give the best answer, you want to use the best vocabulary, you want to, don't give so much of time that later on you have to, where the time is required, you're not able to do. So don't do so much of thinking every day. Avoid yourself from getting disturbed from the surroundings. Surroundings, whatever is happening, if anybody is coming, going, if the bottle falls down, you get disturbed. If anybody asks something, you also want to know what is going on. Don't get into all these things. Just focus on your work. Presentation and diagram, do with pencil. Whatever diagram is asked, try do it with pencil. Okay, and be very presentable and carry your own stationery. Very, very important. Don't keep borrowing. Don't keep irritating the other person, or any, and create some situation which the supervisor gets annoyed with you. Never do that. Then entire paper should be neat and presentable. Yes, try to keep it presentable. Avoid a lot of scribbling. Scribbling in the sense, if you have made a mistake, you don't have an option. Just type it once. Don't go and scribble to the extent that it really जिसको नहीं देखना चाहिए वो भी देख लेगा. It's not right. You have to have a neat paper. You cannot avoid mistakes, but you can try to still keep it presentable. Okay. Put proper question numbers on your paper, very important. Write the proper question number, whatever sequence you're following, whatever question you're writing, write the proper question number. Then avoid scribbling, I discussed. Don't leave any answers blank. Don't leave any answers. Never leave any answers. This is very important. We keep telling this to our students always, but still they do it, because as I told you, there's no harm in getting half mark than getting a 0. So it's always better to get more than 0. So yeah. Utilize the last 15 minutes of good presentation. Yes, utilize that. Don't think that 15 minutes और है मैं और लिखती रहूंगी या लिखता रहूंगा. Okay, never do that. Okay, so this is like the comfort zone. This is just trying to know which zone are y'all right now. Comfort zone is something you at your own zone, you're studying, you're much under control. Okay, now fear zone is you're giving excuses right now. How to study, when to study, I don't find time, English is so boring. This is not just for English, overall I'm telling. Learning zone is you have really taken up that challenge and you have brought into that mode of studying where you deal with challenges, acquire new skills, extend your comfort zone. From your comfort zone, you come to learning zone. And the growth zone is once you're attempting your paper and now you're ready to get the results. So check out yourself. Okay, those who are not yet into this mood of writing exam, please understand which zone are you still, and you have to be in this section now. If you are still in fear zone, it's okay, no problem, but yet you still have time, you can still try, and you can come to this zone. You stop giving those excuses, you are not confident, whatever. Try to overcome your fears. You are scared of writing, you feel it boring, you don't like it, you don't want to learn them. I'll do it the last time. Ek din pehle karunga. All those things, come on. It's high time you leave all this behind, come to this zone, and better you deal with it as soon as possible at the earliest. Okay, that's the advice all teachers will give you, we would suggest. So this is just my way of looking towards it, where I could share with you, and come to this zone so that you see yourself at the growth zone. Once you get your results, the happiness, the success that you get is all yours. Okay, so this is when you understand, yes, it has to be. So coming to the next. Yes, sir. This is the question paper which we had.
Yeah, prelim paper.
Which we had given you all for in the college. So we will discuss it quickly. See, now let me tell you all, as far as the format of writing, that all we have already done just a while. I have discussed all of them. So we will quickly start with the prose section 1. Okay. So describe the moment when Sophie stopped near the old church. So now, what kind of things did you see there? Okay, now what was the moment like? You can say that there's a one violet. 1 second. Oh, 1 second, students. One second, sir. My mouse was not moving. Yes. So as we discussed, oh, I'm not sure. Describe the moment when Sophie stopped near the old church. So now you are being asked there are 4 blanks and you are supposed to write. So now when Sophie stopped near the old church, what all things happened that you have to say? Like there was a soft light which glowed, right? Then there were organists playing instrument. Then there was the moon had rose radiantly. If you look at the passage, you will find all of this. Then organists were playing anthem. This was also which will be the 4th one. But it doesn't mean that if there are more, you can again you can add those two. Okay. Then after the wonderful change in Sophie's soul, he decided to. Now, what did he decide? See, he decided to uh, pull himself out of the Maya and make a man of himself, conquer the evil that had enslaved him, or you can say resurrect his old ego ambitions and pursue them without faltering. So I have given 3 of them here, or you can just say, you can write it in your own words. How will you write it in your own words? You can say he decided to work hard and pursue his old eager ambitions. You can tell, pull himself out from the unpleasant situation and be a better person, or bring a transformation in himself. So this way you can uh, say this answer. Okay, then A3, guess. 1 second. We are doing this now. A3, guess. Guess out the specific meaning of the word anthem in the context of the story. Now, the meaning of this word anthem. Now, meaning of this is actually, what is anthem? If we understand what is anthem. Anthem is, in this story, it was the music which was playing, right, in the church. So that is a song. What kind of song we can say? Maybe this song. If you really know the story, then only you will be able to understand. This song actually brought a lot of change in him. Like he went back to his days, and he was completely. He decided to change himself. Okay, so it was a song of hope, which gave him the courage to turn his life. So you have to elaborate this. And he thought of transforming himself. Okay. You can also say this was a song which was being played in the church, so it was a kind of a prayer for him, like a prayer, like a music of song of hope. These are the different way that you can look at it. Now, personal response. We have done this. Now, personal response. Write an incident in which you did something wrong and repented for it later. Write at least 2 reasons for your repentance. Now, this is a personal response question. You can, it's your choice how you are writing. First, you have to write the incident and 2 reasons why you repented. Now, see, it's clearly mentioned to stick to this, what is being told, right? 2 reasons for your repentance. So try to do that. And if you like the question very much, so you will don't go on writing for just 2 months. Have some take control. You think there is so many things that I want to say about it. No, you don't have to put so many things. Personal response, you can go to five sentences, 4 sentences, 4 to 5 sentences are good to go for this. Okay, you should be able to justify your answer. But there is no way that you are leaving this question for any reason. We should not leave the question. Language study. This is done. Now, language study. He would be somebody in the world. Add a question there. Now, see, in as I discussed with you all before, you will get options also. The options are not given to you here, but you will get options. He would be somebody in the world. Add a question there. So the answer to this would be, it should go in this. See, just giving the right answer is not enough. You have to put it in the right format. He would be somebody in the world, comma, wouldn't he? Question. This is the answer. Just wouldn't he is not the answer. This is the way that you have to give. Then he viewed with rising horror the pit which he had tumbled. Frame a WH question to get the underlined part as an answer. Those who do not know what is WH question is framing questions like what, how, where. All these are called WH. There are many more. So here, this should be your answer. So how will you do that? And this should be your question with the other section which is not underlined, that should be part of your question. So how did he view the pit which he had tumbled? Okay, then get with a question mark. So the answer is with rising horror, or how he viewed the pit which he had tumbled. That is another way. Okay. Then if you think see, according to my understanding, this should be a good answer. But if you are trying to do it with WH, how, without how, if you are trying to look at it like what and or WH, how, what way he viewed the pit which he had tumbled, that also can be considered, but more appropriate would be how. Okay. Then the vocabulary. I'm doing this. Let us check out this. Quaint, it should be answer, attractively unusual, old-fashioned. Then transfixed, it should be to stand with complete focus, attention. Impulse should be strong wish or urge, and convolutions should be coil or twist. Okay. I hope you are having the answer papers with in your hand and you're just marking right or wrong there. Do as directed. My wish is to soar like dash bird in dash sky of freedom, where you're supposed to put the appropriate article. The answer is my wish to soar like a bird in the sky of freedom. This is the only answer. Okay. And when you're writing such kind of question, you have to write the whole sentence, not just a and in. No, you will not get any marks for this. Don't expect even a half mark for such kind of answers. You have to have your whole sentence. Then he is good. Now, dash English, comma, but weak dash mathematics. Now here you have the preposition. Now there are different answers that we can expect here, different versions of it. I'll discuss all of it. He is good. The first one would be he is good at English, but weak in mathematics. This is one. The second one could be he is good in English but weak at mathematics. The third one can be he is good in English but weak in mathematics. Both, there are different versions to it. Okay, so you can please take it accordingly. Then LIC is one of the most popular insurance companies in India. Answer, rewrite your answer beginning with very few. Now, very few, this is how you're supposed to, the instruction is given. Do not be very over smart and don't see, you have to follow the instructions very clearly, whatever is given. So here, very few say, hi chalu karna. So tum wahi chalu karoge. So it should be very few insurance companies in India are very few insurance companies in India is not as popular as LIC. Then spot the error and rewrite the sentence. Now this is a compulsory, like you will get it in all. There is no change in this. Spot the error, हमेशा रहेगा. This will be there. So just the sentences will change. The sceneries of Darjeeling are very beautiful. So the answer should be the scenery of Darjeeling is very beautiful. The scenery. It should be scenery. Okay, ending with a Y. Darjeeling is very beautiful. Then, yeah. So,
Yes, ma'am.
So over to you, sir, for the unseen passage.
Yeah.
I'll stop the share. Sir.
Hello, Nisha.
Yes, sir.
Share that question paper. Share that.
Once, can you see?
No.
1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
So I cannot. There is something which is the mouse is not moving. Can you share it from your sir?
1 minute. I will try.
Yeah. Sir, this is. Sir.
Yeah. Okay, this is a old one, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, can you share?
So my mouse is not moving. I don't know what has happened. I'm trying, sir.
Okay.
So the PPT you have, you can open the PPT.
But I have not kept in on my desk.
It's taking some time. If it is possible, I'll open it, sir. It's not mouse. I'm just trying to check what has happened.
Students, wait for 1 minute. Yes, madam. Yes, Nisha, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just putting
Can you
the.
share?
Yeah. I'm doing it. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, students. The second question that you know, it is an unseen extract. Students, first you have to read the extract and then solve one by one activity. After reading first activity, then you have to go back for reading again. Then confirm your answer and then write your answer as per the given instruction. Students, see question first A. What type of activity is given here? Here in this question, some part of the sentence is given and you are supposed to complete the remaining part of the sentence. For such type of question, students, you have to write the given part of this sentence. See, come here. First one, the government have not been succeeded. This part of the sentence also you are supposed to write. Then you have to continue or you have to complete the given say statements. What is the here answer of this here first activity? The government have not been succeeded in eradicating the child labor and not has been able to ensure compulsory primary education for every Indian child. In this way, you have to complete the given statements and then underline it. Here you are supposed to highlight what part of the extract you have written and you have completed that sentence. That is important. Second one, according to Child Labor Act, then what answer should be there? Here, the employment of children below the age of 19 in hazardous occupations had been strictly banned. See, in this way. Here, that things here, students, you have to write here in the question first, A1, different type of activity you will have. Arrange the sentences as per the given instruction, then also true and false, then complete the sentence, complete the flow chart, complete the wave diagram. This type of activity you will have in this question. Nisha, please scroll it.
Yes, sir.
Second activity. Okay, students, the second questions, that is second activity. The implementations of child labor law is difficult. Give reason. For this type of questions or such type of questions, students, you are supposed to write the statements. The implementations of child labor law is difficult. Then you have to give at least 2 reasons for 2 marks. And this type of question answer you are supposed to write within 4 to 5 sentences, not more than it. Here, what the answer is expected here, students, what you should write. The implementations of child labor law is difficult because the employment of children below the age of 19 is hazardous occupation has been strictly banned, but each state has different rules regarding the minimum age of employment, and the act does not apply to unorganized here, or we can say in a informal sector. That answer you are supposed to write for this question. In this way, these 2 reasons you have to give. Next one, now I am going so fast. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you have to complete this question paper. Next one, express your views. Before it has say, give 2 adverse effects of hazardous industries on children. Again, what are the adverse effects here on children that you are supposed to write? The adverse effect of hazardous individuals on children. The children working in hazardous industries are here prone to debilitating here diseases that can cripple them. Their limbs become here deformed for life after here working unhygienic here spaces and sitting in a cramped and damp here spaces or places. In this way, you have to write. Next one, express your views regarding the possible ways to eradicate child labor in India. Student, this is personal response questions. And I told you, your experience is asked. Here, what you will do, what you will write, that is important for this question. The extra is about here that topic about child labor. But here, what is answer here based on that topic? Here, you have to write that question answer. What you can write, what are the possible solutions, how we can tackle that here problem, that things you have to write. Express your views regarding the possible ways to eradicate child labor in India. You can write in this way. More, yes, stringent laws and effective implementation should be done in order to here eradicate such child labor. Or we have to discourage people to employ children in homes, shops, and factories, etc. In this way, students, you have to give 2 reasons. Also, you can add, we can support NGO who like to solve the children's sending here, and also another one, sending more children to school. We can tackle this problem by doing all that things. Then students, another question is that is based on grammar, language study. Here students, here 2 grammar topics you will have, and again here are 4 options for each grammar topic or a grammar sentence you will be given. You have to choose the correct answer from the given options. Here for this choosing answer, students, you should not here do so. You should not. We can say that I want to tell you that you should not do hurry. Read all the options properly. Read all the options carefully, and then choose the correct answer. The government have been promising the eradication of child labor is hazardous industries in India. Choose the correct alternative to get the present perfect tense. Students, see present perfect tense here. Options B and C. Again, both sentences are given in present tense, but there is a small error in that sentence. So students, you have to read it carefully and then give the answer of your question. What is the correct answer here? The government has promised the eradication of child labor in hazardous industries in India. If you write this correct answer, then you can here get an idea how many marks you will score here in that prelim exam. Students, that you have to check. Then next one here, children are forced to work by them. Choose the correct alternative to get voice from of the given sentence. Again, students, in grammar section or also language study, here you will have you will not be given here instruction. Which type of instruction? Change the voice, change into indirect speech, change into simple sentence, change into compound sentence. Here only some instruction in this, for example, begin your sentence with the word, or begin your sentence by giving some part of the sentence. In this way, then you have to understand what here things or what grammar you have to use, what grammar topics you are going to share solve in that activity. Children are forced to work by them. So choose the correct alternative to get voice from of the given sentence, and the correct answer is they force children to work. In this way, students, you have to solve all that activities. Yes, Nisha ma'am, scroll it first. Nisha.
Yes, sir, I have done it.
Okay, students, next one, vocabulary. So find and write the words which have similar meaning for the following from the extract. Say dangerous, here hazardous, to get rid of, or destroy something, that is eradicate. Then cruel and unpleasant, brutish, able to move quickly, here nimble. These are the meaning of these are the words of that meaning. Then summarizing. Students, here in these questions, summarizing, see there are given some points. Write the summary of the above extract and with a suitable title, and take help of the following points. The eradications of child labor, many laws, special demand for child labor, children are forced to work. Here, though these points are given, but if you think that there are more points, you can also write that point. But remember, students, whatever points are given in that here questions, that points you have to cover in your summary. in summary writing, here you have to stick with the points and avoid views, examples. You need to do rough work like as other subject or also other subject here for maths, that you people do some rough work. In same way, you can do some rough work and then you can solve that question. 1 minute. Okay. Then students, these questions here, summary writing, you have to complete within one paragraph. Here you have to follow some does and don't. That here Nisha ma'am, she has already discussed about it. But again, I would like to here talk about here this topic. Here in summary writing, what you should do, you should include all the main points. Again, also your summary writing should be shorter than the text. That is important. And your summary should be written within one paragraph. These are the important points that you have to consider for writing these summary questions. And what you have to avoid in summary, the summary should not give here general background information. The summary should not give explain why are you writing, and summary writing here should not give here support to details. That things you have to avoid. And after writing summary, students, you have to give title for that question. Okay, Nisha, next question, next page.
Yes, sir.
Okay, students, mind mapping. It is useful for the whole activity sheet where you will have need. You will know about it. Presentations of the students on the given points will be considered here. And all students, they can present themselves differently. But your presentation is important in mind mapping. Whatever topic is given for mind mapping, that topic you have to write. For example, develop mind mapping frame, design using your ideas, thoughts on the given topic. That is the variety of sport to the students. Then write that topic. Then you have to make box for that here topic, and then you can here put that topic in a circle. You can put that, or you can also put that topic around here in here square box. Here you can use any design. Then after writing a main topic, then again you have to use sub topics or related here to that here main topic. For example, sports. Here you can write individual sport, then contact sport, water sport, then team sport. These are the 4 types of sports. Again, which type of sports are played in that each subtype that you have to write. For example, individual sport can write tennis, golf, cycling. Then contact sport, you can write football, basketball, rugby. In this way, water sport, water aerobics, then swimming, water polo. In this way, and team sport here, hockey, here basketball, football. In this way, you can write. That things are important in mind mapping. The next question here, that is here section 3. It is based on poetry section. Students, based on that poem, you have to write here 5 questions. See, first question has said whether the following statements are true or false, and here extract is given from the first poem. Here, students, what is question here saying? Said whether the following statements are true or false. Correct the false statements. Here, see, this type of questions, it is how to solve this question is important, students. Here, what is expected from you? You have to find out the false statements, and you are also supposed to correct them. That is important. Here, you have no need to write true sentences. Here, which are the false sentences from the given here options that you have to select? See, first one, the word before the poet is healthy. The poet does not wish to pray for good fortune. The poet is frustrated by his old delicious burden, and the poem does not argue about self-awareness. Put on the first sentence in the given here options. See, that is here true one. Means and what is answer here? What is instruction is given? Correct the false statements. So you have to write only false statement here. The second one is also true. Then third statement, that is right. A false here. The poet is frustrated by his old delicious burden. And then you have to write the correct answer for these statements. The poet is frustrated by his old delicious burden. False. In this way, students, you have to write these statements again. Then write your answer. False. Then correct that sentence. The poet is not frustrated by his old delicious burden. In this way, the next sentence is, the poem does not argue about self-awareness. Again, this is false statements. You have to write these statements, then dash. After writing the statements, write false, then give the correct statements. The poet argues about self-awareness and acceptance. In this way, you have to write. The second one, what does the word open road signify? Here, if you read this poem, if you have solved all the brainstorming activities based on that poem, you can easily write that question answer. Students, you have no need to write the lines which are given in this poem. You have to frame your own sentence for specially poetry section. Then you will get credit. What answer you supposed to write here? What is the answer? What answer should be right here? The word open road signifies the freedom and acceptance. In the poem Song of the Open Road, the poet asks us to live life without any burdens or grudge. The word open road also signifies self-realization, then self-awareness, and the poet asks us to encourage us to enjoy our freedom. In this way, you can write this question answer. Next one, personal response. See, freedom. Nisha?
Yes, sir.
Please scroll it. Okay. Students, if freedom is state of mind, express your point of view on the given statements. Again, here you have to write this question answer by only taking the reference of this poem. You have no need to write any part of this poem here. Here, your opinions, your thoughts, your ideas are considered here. That is important. And which type of vocabulary you have used, how you have framed sentences, okay, whether your sentences are grammatically correct or not, all that things are considered for this question. So different people have different opinions, definitions about the idea of freedom. Some speak of freedom in the political sense, then others speak of a social freedom, then other define it as a religious freedom. But freedom is the choice of your life doing what you want, and this depends on the state of mind. In this way, students, you can write this question answer. Each person, or also you can write each individual person. This means that freedom can apply to different aspects of life, and the freedom is not absolute here term. Then poetic device, find out the instance of inversion from the extract. Here, which poetic device is used, that you know. You have to study that here poetic devices based on here each poem. Then you people here you will know what poetic devices are there and what examples of that here devices are given in this poem. Now you are supposed to write here two examples of inversion. You can write here first line, a foot and light-hearted I take to the open road, and another one here, strong and content I travel to open road. These are the examples of here inversion. Here what instruction is given, find out the two instances of inversion from the extract. So you have to write only two lines from the given extract. Then creativity, compose 4 poetic lines of your own on liberty. Now students, see, this topic is given, and based on the topic you have to compose 4 lines. If you use rhyming words, rhyme scheme, then it will be better. You will get here full credit. You can frame, you can compose line here in this way. For far too many years I live the life that others choose for me, a captive of thoughts that were not my own, but I thought my way to freedom. On the road of self-discovery, and I will fiercely guard this liberty of soul. In this way, you can compose 4 lines based on that title. Then appreciation question. Students, here already we discussed how to write appreciation questions. Whatever points are given, that points you have to cover in appreciation question, and you can write these questions by using here paragraph form. Here what points you have to cover, that you know about title, poet, theme, features, poetic devices, then morals, then also what your opinions, all that things, all that points you have to cover for this appreciation question. Okay, so Nisha,
Yes, sir.
now I have completed here both questions here, question second and question third.
Okay, sir.
Now
Yes, sir. Okay, we are entering to the next section, which will be covered by me. That is writing skills and your novel. So question number 4, that is question number 4A, that is drafting a virtual message. You can see here that there is a virtual message, which is the question is given as your Deepika, personal assistant to Miss Priyanka. She was attending a meeting when Mr. George ran up. He spoke to him and jotted down his message in your notepad. So you are given a outline also, and now you're supposed to print. Okay, now first thing, just not to start writing. First is you have to have a. I had showed you the format, so I expect you all know it. So you are supposed to make that format. You all are supposed to start with once the left hand side, that is the date, and then comes the time, and then you address the person, whoever is it, to read the content very well. You are Deepika, so and whom are you writing it to? So you have to remember all of this. You are writing it to Miss Priyanka, right? So you have to address it to Priyanka, and then coming to the next line, you are putting your message. So see, while we do this, the beauty of drafting a virtual message is that you have to write very less, and you can very easily score marks if everything is at place, like the language, the sentence, the grammar, everything is properly kept by you, and you have covered everything what the question is, the information what is being told to give, and not adding any new information. Don't give any new information which your question is not telling you. Like here it says that Mr. George ran up 5 p.m. has received the manuscript and CDs coming tomorrow to thank Miss Priyanka personally to hand over the check. So you are just playing here in these lines, but you're going to frame it properly, and you are supposed to put it right. So you can put it as Mr. George called at 5 p.m. to
Nisha
acknowledge.
ma'am,
Yes, sir.
Nisha ma'am, again we have to discuss about here the question answer. This section is also remaining.
Which question answer?
Students doubt, question answer session. That is
Yes.
remain. So you have to go fast.
Yes, sir. So Mr. George, I'll just do this. Then Mr. George called at 5 p.m. to acknowledge the receipt of the CDs and posters. He will be coming tomorrow to personally thank you and hand over the check. And that's it. You covered all of it. And then coming down, you have to just write who's the person who's writing. Okay. So that's it. And you can score well. Statement of purpose. That is, you wish to pursue your graduation at a reputed university in commerce stream. You have fixed your career goals and have a similar background to achieve your dreams. Write a statement of purpose in about 100 or 150 words as a part of your application process to get admission at a university of your choice. Now, you yourself are in the commerce stream, so you can whatever is your dream. Suppose you want to get into chartered accountancy or whatever you are trying to convince. So it should have a good introduction, a good knowledge of language. The language should be put up very beautifully, and the reasons why you think, how you came to a conclusion that this is the best stream for you, and what are the dreams that you desire. All these things has to be, and you have to be very convincing towards the end. That is the conclusion. Very beautifully, you have to convince that person that why you how you are justified, and you are a perfect candidate for that university. Okay, that is SOP. Then group discussion. You and your 3 friends from your junior college has a discussion on the topic offline HSC exam. Write their group discussion in about 100 or 150 words. Now again, no names are given, so do not give any names by yourself. Just write student 1, student 2, student 3, and you should have 150 words. So I think 2 dialogues of each friends can be added. That's a good length of the page, at least, and you should have a proper introduction, how you're starting the opening the topic. Don't just start asking questions, and then it should not be just question. It should be a discussion. Discussion is what? One is opening a discussion, other is answering and putting their opinion, and then the other one is answering. That is called discussion. Okay, so offline HSC exam, understanding today's scenario, like how the pandemic had hit, and how people were annoyed how things will be and what will be the situation like. So that annoyance can be showed in the conversation. All of these things you can include. Okay, because there has been a long gap, so you are scared, some are like really uh, very strong and courageous. So all this you can have a mix, and finally you can conclude it in a positive way, whatever you have understood by the group. No debates at all. Debates is not a group discussion. Okay. Then email. Email, you have been selected for the Student of the Year Award in 2021. Award ceremony will be held on 21st January. Write an email to your friend to invite your friend to attend annual prize distribution function. So now this is an informal email. Okay, so you are writing it to your friend. You can do it very well. Just remember there is no address as far as how you write for postal address. It's the email address which you write. The subject is very important. Everything towards the left hand side, and then coming to the body, and then finally ending it with just by your name. If the name is not given of the student here, you can just write your any name created by you, but it should be only the first name, not the second name. And again, not exceeding more than a page. There is no way that you are exceeding it. 150 words are good to go. 3/4 page should be a nice way that you can do it. Then report writing. Grandparents' Day in the college auditorium. Write a report for college magazine in 100 and 150 words. So whenever you are writing a report, you should cover the W's, who, what, when, where, all of these things. You should, when it was conducted, where it was conducted, how it was conducted. All these things you have to give. Again, when you're writing the report, you have to have it should be divided into 3 paragraphs. And by the staff reporter, you have to start, and you should have a catchy headline. All of this you have to cover here. Okay. Then interview. As discussed before also, here the question is, interview a doctor who recently received Corona Warrior Award. So you can pick up a name from any of the doctors who have received the Corona Warrior Award. So that will come in the name of the interview. Like you should have a proper name, doctor, area of success or reputation. That is medical. That is in what profession that person is. Then date, time, venue. You have to mention any date or time or venue. What like you can create whatever time, the date you can, the present date, the venue, wherever you maybe you took it in the hospital. So that name and the time that you took it. And the duration of interview could be 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 40 minutes. Normally, interview is for. And question should be based on decision. So how will you do it? You will make a table. For this side you will write first decision, then you will other side you will write answer. Okay, the decision. What again I told you that there should be a supporting statement to every question. So that means in short, if I say there should be 2 sentences, one should be a statement, one should be a question. Like that, idols, who your idols are, support, who supported, something of that kind. Education, like what kind of education did he take, like his background, you can try to know. Then his success areas you can speak on. But whatever you write, always have a supporting statement. I stress on it repeatedly. Okay. Then duty service, while on duty, like what kind of feelings this person has, and the hardships. What are the hardships that this person faced while he before becoming a corona warrior? Like what difficulties did he face at that time, or what made him take this decision and like forget many things and be a warrior and faced the situation with a lot of you can say power, and what is the message to the people, to the common people. So put it very beautifully, avoid scribbling, keep it very presentable, and that's how you have these answers. Then speech writing, you intend to take part in intercollegiate elocution competition. That is my idea of happy life. My idea of happy life, again, start with a good introduction, welcome the person. It's a competition, so you have to address the people who are sitting for the competition, that is the judges, chief guest, principal, or anybody. Then introduce your topic, what is the topic all about, and then what is your idea about it, and how we can have a happy life, explain it, and then conclude. And always on a positive note, conclude the session, that is the speech, and always going to max 120 to 150 words. That is again 3/4 page, should not be going to the next page at all. Comparing, I shared with you a proper template with you all, so you can work on that. Considering this, I think it will be very helpful. So I'm not talking on this lines. It's a sports day. So whichever is relates to this, of course, there will not lighting of the lamp, but it will be lighting of the torch. So work it accordingly. Maybe it can work and it will help you. And the template will help you. Then expansion of ideas, knowledge is power. Over here, the guidelines are given and you're supposed to expand it to 150 words, again 3/4 page. First of all, tell the meaning. What is knowledge of power? What do you mean by this? And what is the importance of all this to people, like, and for life? How it is creating so much of importance to people? What is the value of it? What is the crux of it? How crucial it is? Make and try to give some examples. Why do you think that knowledge is without knowledge? How do people consider, and what is the scenario? Give some examples and then conclude it. That's why you strongly support this quote, which is given as knowledge is power. Okay. Then coming to film review, book review, sorry. So here this is a book review, so you can pick up any review of any book. Now possibly it should be a book which is not from our textbook. Of course, don't try to pick up the chapters from our textbook, avoid, but you can choose fiction, non-fiction, all of it, and the books which are existing. You don't create a book all by yourself, and speak on from the supporting role, name of the characters, theme, what did you like it? If you did not like, still be open about it. What were those technicalities that you loved? What ideas you loved, and would you recommend? Put it in paragraphs, and again it should be going not exceeding 1 page any whatsoever. It should not be, unless you have the font of your, the handwriting is really you write very bold, so then only you exceed the page, otherwise you should not be. Okay, so that is about film review. Then blog writing. Blog writing is organic farming. When you write, For blog writing, again, there's a format which we have to maintain. Do all that format, write the topic, have a tagline, and then write. See, you have the guidelines. So, what is organic farming? That is one paragraph. Write the advantages, need for organic farming, or if you think you have some more ideas which it is not mentioned here, to mention that also, and conclude it. How is it really important for today's lifestyle, and how can it bring a change for, you can say, the ecology? How it is overall you can conclude. Then appeal writing, here it is say no to junk food. Now, say no to junk food is a very interesting topic which you all can completely relate to. So, but here you have to be very creative. If you're writing, it is not going to help you. Let me make you all understand that it is not just writing. Have quotes, have some kind of beautiful headline, catchy headline. You can be as creative as you draw something. You can use diagonal way of writing, have clouds and write inside something, and do something of these kinds, which will like a pamphlet, like a brochure, like a somebody you are attracting somebody. Which will force them to read it out. Okay, so you should. This is a very easy topic, that is no to junk food, and you can use like how the emoticons. So instead of that, you can create the emoticons and face, or say no to junk food. You can write in bold, or you can draw something clearly, but no coloring. Avoid doing all those things. Again, it should be in one page, less than a page, or it should be around half to three-quarter page. That's more than enough. And three-quarter is also too much. Again, do not write sentences, but it should be short words and a group of words, not sentences going. You will not score well there. It's not impressive at all. Okay, so here we enter the novel section. Okay, so here the first one, question number 5A, pick out the odd element from each line. So the first one, the odd element here is character set in conflict language. The odd element is novel. The second one, I'm rushing because we are actually, there is question answer session also, so that we can really help you out. So quickly answering the questions. Then the next one.
Nisha ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, take only first question 5th. From this section.
So
because again, we have very less time.
I'll just tell these answers, sir.
Yeah. Only answer. Tell answer.
Question 5. B is for B. It is B.S. Naipaul. C is novella. D is theme. Okay. Then match the following. I'll quickly tell the answers. For conflict, it is element of novel. Gothic, which is type of novel. Picaro is Spanish word, and epistola is Latin word. Okay, so now let us come to the question answers. Now, Phone Man brought a comic relief in the Students' Council program. Write your answers in 50 words. Now, Phone Man, you have to brought a comic relief. If you understand that, what you will cover here is about the skeleton that he brought, and how did he really he was hanging it with a cord, and that the whole scene was so hilarious that people started laughing, and it was really funny for them. And so you can cover all of that over there. How he had screwed it on the top of the skull. You can cover all of it, and yeah. So but you have to elaborate this. You have to really stretch it, and you have to write it. Then give a brief sketch of Miss Joseph. Yeah. So now when you talk about Miss Joseph character sketch, you can just introduce this person. Who is this Miss Joseph? She is one of the students, okay, of Miss of Britwood's class, and you can say how she's really a confident girl, and she is actually. She knows what she should speak, and while she was sitting also, how she was sitting there with a lot of composure, and how she was having a great role of handling the what was she yeah, handling the task which was given to her. And you can also say about the how she spoke about the term interdependency of mankind, how confident she spoke about it. So that tells about her outright behavior. You can speak on all of these things. Okay. Then write and brief about the time as a theme of the extract. Now theme, this question is there in the textbook also. That is the time, how time is so important in this chapter, that is in the around the world in 80 days. So everything revolves around the time, because whatever when he started, the time was taken into so much into consideration, but towards the end also, when he was at the verge of losing, that was time that actually saved his life. And time is like not in anybody's hand. Nobody can control time. So that's the major theme here, because nobody can take control over time, and nobody can see how he uh, played around with time, and how time saved him also. That's all you have to explain it here. When Phileas Fogg is seen as a very determined character, give reason. Yes, he's a very determined character. Throughout we see that though his friends did not stand by him, he was determined to prove himself. That is one. The second, he can say that whatever happened, he did not throughout his journey, he did not be he failed, or he never was he stressed out. On the contrary, he was very confident that he will be able to achieve, and he tried every means to do that. Okay. And even his decision to save Auda, all of these shows his determination. So that is, we can cover all of it here. Then answer the next one. That is, arrange the sentences correct sequence. Over here, it should be DCBA. Sorry, DBCA. D DC. Yeah, the answer should be DCBA. First should be Mary Austin, the last one. Then going from down, DCBA. Okay. If you have marked it in the similar manner, then see, whenever you're writing, don't look into the plot, and don't look into the synopsis, or no, the outline and all. You have to, the sequence which you have to consider, that is looking into the chapters which are given in the textbook. Look at the textbook chapters, and then analyze which should be the first one, which would be the second one. If you look at the plot, it will show you a different picture altogether. So don't get confused. You have to look into the chapters. Okay. Then Miss Mary Mostyn went to meet Sherlock Holmes. Now here, why she went, that is the reason you have to mention here. That is to, she wanted to know the like crack the case of the letter, and the whereabouts of father. Everything was connected. She wanted to uh, crack it and know the reason, what is the whole idea of this letter. So and she felt that he is the best person who can really help him, and she had got a letter not to accompany anyone. So all of these reasons you can put it here. And your 50 words should be not more than 5 to 6 sentences. Do not write 1 pages for all of it. It's just 2 marks, so be careful about them. Yes, that's it. So I kind of complete the presentation. Now over to the question answers that we have to look into. Yes, sir.
Yes, Nisha ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Now you can begin question answer session. If students have any doubt regarding any here questions, any section, they can ask. Yes, students. Okay, in a chat box also they have writing something in chat box. Full topics for speaking in orals can be given on the spot. Yes. Jessica, you will be given topic for speaking for oral exam on the spot, and for listening skill also, this paragraph will be from textbook. No, it will not be from textbook here, and an unseen extract will be given to you. Okay, or yes, students, we can ask your queries.
It will not be from the textbook class listening as well as for speaking. It will be an impromptu, like a speech, or it could be like a group discussion, whatever. And listening, it could be as discussed with you all before also, like 3 sentences or something of that kind. But whatever happens, it will be right there, and it will be very easy. You don't have to stress so much on these things. It will be taken care. Don't worry. Just be prepared and be there. Don't in the fear of orals, don't miss it out. Okay.
Okay, Nisha. Another Kashish, she's asking: is there any format for film or book review? Yeah, we have shown them, no?
Yes.
What is
See,
yes? What is the format of film or book review? Just we have shown on our screen. Students, that format you have to follow.
see, we have already discussed this thing. So
Yeah. No, she's asking about format. Is it particular format for it?
no. Then there are no formats, but there are some guidelines which you have to look into, like the characters, the story, the theme. Then do you like it? The special features, why you like it. Then you can about the music, dance, and all. How if it's a book, what character did you like? All of this you have to cover, and you have to have a paragraph while you're writing it. Okay.
For film, they have to cover 3 points, na? Story, review.
Yes.
Yeah. And for some writing skill, they have to follow format. For example, drafting virtual message. There are email writing. For this type of writing skill, here you have to follow format.
There is a question by Tanvi. Can we add our own question in interview, because it is mentioned that not to change sequence? No, you cannot. See, you will be given guidelines like what you are supposed to cover, like success or hardships. So you are going to frame question based on the hardships. You will be given some kind of guidelines. If there are no guidelines given, then only that happens. But that's something which will not happen. You will be given the kind of questions that you're supposed to cover on some topics. Okay, but you're not going to change the sequence. Like the sequence says that first hardship, then success, then your achievement, and then so you're going to follow the same sequence. You're not going to change it if whatsoever. How many words are required in mind mapping? Tell me again, mind mapping is not about sentences. You have to, it's like
One word.
Yeah. So you have 1 or 2 words you can, but again, very presentable. And
No, Nisha ma'am. Hello.
yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Words by words, what do you mean by words?
Okay, in mind mapping, they have to complete mind map based on that topic by using only words, not sentences.
Yeah, it should not be sentences.
Yeah.
Then the question is asked, Jessica will topic, okay, this is covered.
Will they provide the, okay, student, 1 minute. Nisha, Jessica, she asked, will they provide the movie or book, or is that our choice?
No.
No, it is your choice, students. Students, it is your choice.
Could be like that you recently watched. For book review also that you have recently read. Something they will give a choice of that thing. That's up to you. Now which movie you select and which book you select, that's your choice. They will not give a specific name because that's not possible to that everybody can cover the movies which they are asking for. So that is not going to happen. There is a question, are we supposed to put every creative writing in the box? Which creative writing? That is writing skills? If it is writing skills, there are not every should be, but there's a format like interview, it should be in a box. Blog, it should be in a box. If it is drafting, it should be in a box. Email, you cannot, don't have to have a box necessarily. Uh, Comparing also no. Yeah, you don't have to have boxes in all, but the format which requires, there you need to put in a box. Fake name, yes, you can write fake name, but do not write XYZ and ABC and all those things in email writing. Have your proper name or your fake name, whatever, that is okay. Will they give us the table in boards? What is this table? I don't know. I could not understand which table are you asking for. I could not understand it. Do we have to give the introduction in the beginning of the interview and then we have to write the table? And yes, we have to give the introduction and you have to make the table and you have to write both the sides. One is the questions given to you and the other side comes to your answer alongside as shown below.
Okay, will the questions for now will be textuals? Jessica is asking this question.
Will the questions for novel be textual?
Textuals.
Yes, absolutely. It will be textual, but
Based on plot, character, setting, theme.
see, but they can twist the questions in their own way. They can tweak it also, but so that's why understanding, knowing the content is very important. For speaking orals, for how much time they are supposed to speak, sir? 3 minutes or one, sir? Sir? So can you answer this, sir? For how many minutes they are supposed to speak? I think sir has lost his network or something. See, it's normally till we normally take it for 3 minutes, but I'll still wait for sir's confirmation. Okay. There are interview writing. There are no guidelines given, so do we have to write the box? You will be given because that is the new format. Okay, whatever you will be given the interview, you will be given in a table format only. That is the new format of interview writing. In mind mapping, the box or circles that we draw or represent the ideas should be the same type, or they can be. If you're making a circle, please follow the same. If you're making a cloud, follow the same, because then only it will look presentable. Otherwise, it will look really haphazard and like unplanned, not neat, not presentable. If you want a proper way of presentation, it should be uniform, right? So you can scatter it around, but still follow it in a proper way. 1 second. I think it is facing network issues. 1 second. Arya, can you hear me, Arya?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir has joined, and so can you make him the host?
Yes, ma'am.
It's by the name Mahindra. See, and also one thing you have to remember that whatever questions are coming, it will be based on from your textbook only. So do your textual questions well, no doubt. You have to do that. Look at the textual grammar also. Behind whatever grammar is given, all those you have to work on. First, look into the textbook. Whatever brainstorming, whatever is covering, try to cover all those questions. That is very important. Okay, now what else? Do we have to speak on the spot? Uh, See, that decision will be taken right there. How we are going, if it's a group discussion or it's a extempo or an impromptu speech, whatever it will be, that will be taken there itself. Then topics for speech and GD will be related to current affairs or arts, not related to your textbook. It could be anything. It could be, of course, on current affairs, on a general values. It could be on anything at all. Will come who or what in grammar. What is that? I didn't understand. Okay, then also, miss, we have to give a speech. Speech is for what? I didn't understand again. Would they mention a specific type of book? No, I have answered this. I didn't get your question, Ekta. Also, miss, we have to give a speech. Speech on what? I didn't understand that question. You have to speak. Are you talking about the orals? No, you don't have to give a speech. Whatever is being asked, you have to just speak on that. Do we have to leave line between paras and email? Now, see, it's a good way to do that. If you're following it, follow the same. But normally, when you end the sentence, then you leave a line. But if it's in the middle of the line, you don't have to leave a line. You can follow the same. But if it is going towards the end of the sentence, that word is towards the end of the line, then of course you need to leave a line and you need to follow it. There should be a uniformity. If you have followed it once, you have to do it for all the other paras as well. Who and what questions will come in exam, ma'am? What is who and what question? WH questions are you talking? I was asking whether speech will the only question be asked, but I got to know, as you said, see, there can be a group discussion or like a one-to-one. A topic is given and maybe you all are supposed to, you will be given time and will be asked to speak on that. Or it could be a group discussion. Okay. Then topics for orals will be related to what? It could be any topic. Of course, not out of the blue, but something which is going on, something which is happening around which everybody can relate to. It could be of what we can think of. Nothing which is totally unexpected things will not happen. Yeah, I think I have answered anything that I missed out. I can't see anything, sir. I don't think. Yes, Arya, any more questions from YouTube live? So, how long we have to speak? Yes, so can you confirm this, the duration of speaking for speaking skills? So, are you there?
And from the YouTube live, there's only one question about the orals which you already answered.
Okay. So, normally we do it for 3 minutes. That's how we have been doing till now. But so Arya, what happened? Sir is not able to.
And sir has unmuted himself, but he is not audible to us.
Sir, can you put some message on chat to Arya? What is happening? I don't see any other messages coming in. So can you message on chat or
Sir, I have muted you and asked you to unmute yourself. So you'll be getting an option on your screen to unmute. Sir has unmuted again. So you might try rejoining the meet if you aren't able to speak.
Arya? Sir is saying, I think. So can you leave and join once again? Try doing that, and sir has answered to this, which is for the speech. That is, as I said, that is 3 minutes. That is, if you are given a topic and you're supposed to speak, that is 3 minutes. And if it is a group discussion, it will be 5 to 8 minutes. Because the group discussion, everybody has to speak, so that takes time. So every person has to speak. Not that one person has to speak for sure. They have to speak for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But yes, there has to be a proper flow when there's a group discussion. Okay. I hope I have answered to your query. I can't see anything, sir. Sir is not able to. Sir, can you open your video? Are you able to hear me? Arya, can you make him? I don't know what is happening.
Ma'am, actually he's on unmute and he's trying to speak, but there's some network issue at his end. So you have to rejoin the meet, only then he might be able to do something of that.
Leave and rejoin. Any more questions that I have not answered, you may again type it on the chat box. If I have missed out anything. Okay, what is a WH question? Okay, fine. WH question is Like you will be given a sentence and a certain section of the sentence will be underlined, and you will be given an instruction that to frame a question, in such a way that the underlined part is uh, your answer, is forming the answer. Okay, and you have to have a WH question. Now, what is WH is? WH is nothing but all the WH questions like what, how, where, when, which, who, whom, whose, all this. The WH questions, it should start with these questions. Even how is a WH question? It's considered as a WH question. So your answer, you will have a question frame which will start with what is his name, or like as I did one of it here. You have to frame such a question which is not underlined, that all sections you have to include it in your question and frame a question, and when that question is asked, and the answer that you get should be only and only the underlined part. It should be the underlined section only. Okay, I hope it's understood. Unless you do some examples, you will not be able to understand. Yes, novel, you have to work. You need to know, otherwise it won't be. Arya, sir has again joined. Can you make him the co-host, Arya?
Yes, ma'am, I have made him the co-host.
Yes, sir. It's already.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I'm audible, Nisha?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, you're audible. So there are
Okay.
some questions. Do we need to leave line between paras for appreciation? Jessica has. Would you like to answer, sir?
What is
Do
question?
we need to leave line between paras for appreciation?
For appreciation? No, no need. No need. Hello, Jessica.
Yes, sir. She
Jessica.
has got the answer, sir. She has replied okay.
Okay. Now, any other question?
There is a question. Somebody has said, can you please repeat the answer for very few question prelims paper?
Which one?
Tell me.
Which question they want to get answer?
Put it down. But till then, we can look into how to write mind mapping. One student has asked, sir, how to write mind mapping.
Okay, they can use they can complete that here writing skill by using here any format that here given in their textbook also. They can use circle, they can use square box, and within that square box, within that circle, they have to write a main topic and also its subtopic and its example. That is important.
Okay, grammar, question number 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. 1 second. Let me open it. Question number 1. He would be somebody in the world. Add a question tag. He would be somebody in the world, comma, wouldn't he? Question mark. Then he viewed with rising horror the pit which he had tumbled. Now this is a WH question. So how did he view the pit which he had tumbled? That is one way. Another way is how he viewed the pit which he had tumbled. Question mark. That is another way. And another way of WH is what way he viewed the pit which he had tumbled. So, yeah, that's it. LIC. 1 second, let me open it. So I just 1 second, I can't find.
Yes, Nisha.
Yes, sir. I'm just looking for the question that has been asked.
Okay.
Yes, LIC is one of the most popular insurance companies in India. Yes. So what is the answer for this? Tell me. You have to start with very few. No answers are coming. Yes, very few insurance companies in India is as popular as LIC.
Okay, about change the degree.
Okay. Any more questions? Question for novel, will there be backside of the book? What is backside? What
Means
do you mean?
after the end of the lesson, chapter, novel. Brainstorming activity.
Brainstorming questions.
Okay.
Of course, you have to work on those questions, whatever is there.
No, they have to do that practice.
Yes, you have to practice.
Yeah. Again, also they have to read the whole novel.
Yes, you have to not only the chapters, but the plot, outline, everything. Will questions come from question bank? Which question bank are you asking for?
About board exam, board
Question bank?
board
See,
question bank.
it's a good way to learn. You can, of course, work on those questions too. There's no harm in the more you do these questions, more you will be thorough about the topics. So that's a good way. If it comes, it's very nice. Change the voice also come in grammar, ma'am. Yes, that's grammar. Change the voice is active to passive or passive to active. Exercise Q. What is exercise Q? Exercise questions. Brainstorming question. Yes, you have to. That is the first thing when you start. If you have started to study now, or then that should be the first thing. Read and then look into the questions, and then look at the additional questions so that it helps you to understand. Are you able to answer them or not?
So,
See, English is not now like before. Last moment में book उठा लिया और पढ़ लिया नहीं होगा because novel requires little time understanding. You have to give them and so पढ़ने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. You have to write. I'm trying to poke you again and again to make you all understand that you have lost practice of writing. Write literally. You have to write and check. Are you able to write? हाथ पता चला 2 पेज लिखने में हाथ बहुत दर्द कर रहा है. करेगा भी. It will. You have to practice. And being the first paper, you have to really understand. Okay. So what max can we score in English?
okay, out of 80.
Out of 80 or out of 100?
Out of 80, they can score up to 70 or 70 to 75 if they have written their paper properly.
Yeah.
Again, students, you must solve the Maharashtra 12th question paper within the stipulated time to get maximum benefit. At least you have to solve one question paper at a time to review your preparations. We are not asking you to solve 3 or 4 papers. Here, at least you have to solve one question paper. Then you will get an idea.
See, I think about the question bank, there are different questions coming. There is no harm in, as I said, It's good for your practice. I cannot assure you that will the questions come, that I cannot comment on this, but that they have just given, since it's a new syllabus and everything just for understanding, they have tried to help you all out by, so that you understand what kind of questions are there. So, but you cannot completely vouch on it. You should be prepared in every way.
No, that question said na board, which is board is provided. That is only for guidance to students.
Yeah, that is only for guidance.
Guidance. How to write that? How to write that type of question answer based on setting, plot for a drama section, novel section.
So there is one board exam which had happened. So that was shared in all the classes, in all the groups. One board paper which had happened in the month of September. So that is one good reference for you all to check. So board exam paper we had circulated in all the groups, no?
Yes.
The board exam paper which was there in the month of September, no? So that is a good question paper which they can again look at it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We can ask, yes, I will do it in my class. The other classes also will tell the respective teachers. Yes, sir.
Yeah. If they want to solve, they can solve, and they can bring in our college for checking it also.
Yeah.
Then they will get an idea
Yes.
how much they can score.
We cannot share it now, right now, but of course we will pass
But
on.
I don't have that. I don't have that question paper. Do you have, ma'am?
So you had shared with me, so I'll help you with it. I'll share. I think sir can also send it in his class. I'll do it in my class also. I'll do the needful. Okay, and I'll inform the respective teachers also. They can also share. So you can have a. That's how a paper will be set. And one more thing in the novel section, as per the format we are seeing, everything is shown as subjective questions, but in the last paper which was given in September, there was like an objective question also, which we have tried to show it in our question paper, like a chronological order. That was not a subjective question. You have to just put it in an order, right? So such kind of questions are also where the board is trying to give you some kind of a way where you can score marks, not just completely subjective. कुछ थोड़ा बहुत तो mark इधर उधर score कर सकते हैं इसके लिए. They are trying to be a little more helpful. Yes, that's it.
Hello, Nisha.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you have any doubt?
I think so. No doubts as of now. So we can. Arya.
Now I think we have covered all the points, and also we have solved all the doubts.
Yes. So what is this, ma'am? We get question paper 10 minutes before, so we can mark answers in question paper itself to save time. No, dear. Avoid doing.
No. They have to read a question paper. They have to select which question they are going to write. They have to select which writing skill they can expand, and that topic they have to select within that time. That is important for them.
Okay, so I hope we have answered and been able to cover all of it with you all here.
Multiple choice questions will come in exam. One multiple choice questions only in which section, hai, ma'am? Only in last section, writing skill, first chapter, history of novel.
History of novel, you have multiple choice questions. In grammar, you have to some extent, you're given the options. You don't have to really think. You have answers.
And also based on your first question, in a question first and question second, global understanding.
Yeah, you have there also. Okay. So understanding that the general perception that we have seen is students avoid studying English at an early stage where they concentrate more on the other subjects. But here just trying to let you all know that those who have not really picked up the textbook, it's not late yet. I shared you all the comfort zone, the learning zone, the growth zone, the fear zone. So check out which zone are you into, you fall, and try to progress yourself, and you can start it now also. It's nothing, no delays. Okay. And you all can reach us anytime. We are the respective students from every division. They can reach their teachers, and they'll be very happy to help all of you. Okay, sir.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Now we can conclude now. Arya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we are almost we are like done with the session, and no more questions coming in. So students, you may start leaving. That's it. Thank you for being here and putting up your questions, and really we hope that both of us have been really able to answer all of your questions, and you are like going back with sufficient answers to all your questions. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Thank
should
you.
I end the live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Arya.
Thanks, Arya. Vaibhav is here. Thank you, Vaibhav.